Good evening. Here is the world news from BGI TV, Babagbagede Imo TV. I'm Jibril Munirat. Here are the major headlines. Timothy Adegoke, judge stands down case as second defendant slumps in court. Oromoni, court bars journalists from Inquest coverage. Justin, NDLEA arrest drug baron behind 3 billion naira tramadol linked to Abakiari's team. Gunmen abduct Delsu final year students, demand 50 million naira. NSCDC official brutalizes sisters over boyfriends, says it is family affair. Police bust kidnappers, then arrest 9 suspects in Ogun State. Now to the foreign news. 11 Nigerians arrested over Facebook scam in Bangladesh. Finally, the sport news. Chelsea named Super Eagles legend Mikel Obi youngest century. Now the news in details. Proceedings into the murder trial of Timothy Adegoke, OAU's postgraduate student, has been standing down following sudden sickness suffered by Magdalene Chifuna, the second defendant in the matter. The matter was slated for the defendants to open their defense today following the closing of the prosecution case in March. Had the resumed trial around 9:05 a.m. Len Silk for the defendants and the State Council was arguing over the propriety of handing over the case to the human rights lawyer, Mr. Femi Falano, who was in court when the second defendant suddenly slumped. She was coughing repeatedly before court clerks and corrections officials rushed to her rescue. Presiding Judge, Justice Adepele Ojo, quickly adjourned the matter shortly to allow the defendants to be attended to. A coroner sitting in Ikeja Magistrate Court on Monday barred journalists and other interested parties from covering and witnessing the inquest. The case aims to unravel the circumstances that led to the death of a 12-year-old student of Dowen College, Lagos, Sylvester Oromoni Jr. The news agency of Nigeria reports that the registrar of the court announced that the hearing was mainly for lawyers and urged journalists and other interested parties to leave the courtroom. It was learned that the decision was taken because some of the senior students of Dowen College accused of beating the deceased were in court to testify. A representative of the Nigerian Bar Association Ikeja branch, Bernard Oniga, said journalists would not be allowed to cover the proceedings during the week as minors would be testifying. NDLEA arrests drug baron behind 3 billion naira tramadol linked to Abakiari's team. The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency has arrested a suspected billionaire drug baron behind the 3 billion naira tramadol deal allegedly involving the embattled suspended Deputy Commissioner of Police, Abakiari, Intelligence Response Team, Chief Afam Malisin Emmanuel Ukatu. The anti-narcotic agency said Ukatu's arrest followed months of surveillance and evasion of arrest. Ukatu, who is the chairman of Malisin Group of Companies, was arrested on board a flight to Abuja at the MM2 terminal of the Muritala Muhammad Airport, Ikeja, Lagos, on Wednesday, April 13th. The NDLEA spokesperson, Femi Babafemi, disclosed this in a statement on Monday, titled NDLEA arrest drug baron behind 3 billion naira tramadol linked to Abakiari's team. Babafemi further said investigations revealed that the suspect is a major importer of large consignments of different brands and high dosages of tramadol hydrochloride. A final year student of the Delta State University, Abraka, Chris Ogojafo, has been abducted by gunmen. The student of industrial chemistry was abducted on Friday night, April 22, in Abraka, Ethiopia East local government area of the state. The government demanded 50 million naira to secure the release of the student, Daily Post reported. The victim's father, a senior legislative aide to the Deputy Senate President, John Ogojafo, ESQ, revealed that the kidnappers called his wife to demand the 50 million naira, but later negotiated to 3 million naira. He said, "They kidnapped my son since on Friday night. They called my wife to demand for 50 million naira. Later, they negotiated to 3 million naira. NSCDC official brutalizes sisters over boyfriends, says it is family affair. An official of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps identified as Ezekiel has been accused of brutalizing his sisters for having boyfriends. Ezekiel was said to have visited the siblings Amarachi and Chidima at their house in the Kuje area of Abuja and demanded their phones. Amarachi, a microbiology student at the University of Abuja, reportedly refused to release her phone to him. Ezekiel was said to have flogged her with a stick and a cable, causing her bodily injuries. Chidima claims to be 25 years old, while Amarachi says she is 19-year-old. They said their brother was always going through their phones and got furious anytime he saw a chat from their male friends. Chidima said her brother once flogged her till she passed out after accusing her of sleeping around. The Ogun State Police Command on Monday said it had arrested 9 suspected members of a kidnap syndicate terrorizing the Abeokuta-Ayetoro Road in the Abeokuta North local government area of the state. The police public relations officer in the state, DSP Abimbola Oyeyemi, said this in a statement on Monday. Oyeyemi said the suspects were arrested in their hideout at Abule Oba along Ayetoro Road in Abeokuta. The PPRO added that the suspects were arrested after 2 Okada riders, Ahmed Taiwo and Kehinde Jimo, who were their errand boys, were sighted in the Rounder area of the Abeokuta North local government. According to Oyeyemi, the suspects were arrested following a credible intelligence gathered by policemen at Sabo Ilupeju Divisional Headquarters. He explained that the arrest was successful as a result of the collaboration between the police, local hunters, So Safe Corps, Odua People Congress, OPC, Vigilante, and men of Amotekun Corps. He noted that some of their victims have identified them as their abductors. He further said the suspects, Ahmed Taiwo, Kehinde Jimo, Umar Sanda, Sanda Aliu, Aliu Morandu, Usman Abubakar, Usman Mohammed, Umaru Hamadu, and Umaru Muhammadu were arrested following a credible intelligence gathered by police of Sabo Ilupeju Divisional Headquarters. 11, now to the foreign news. 11 Nigerians arrested over Facebook scam in Bangladesh. The Dhaka Metropolitan Police in Bangladesh have arrested 11 Nigerians over their involvement in a Facebook scam, a Bangladeshi online newspaper, BD News 24 reports. The Nigerians were arrested alongside one Bangladeshi on charges of obtaining money from people under the false pretense of exchanging their Bangladeshi taka into US dollar. The police in a media briefing on Thursday said the suspects were arrested in separate operations in Dhaka, the country's capital city, on Wednesday. The Nigerian suspects are Henry Osita Okechukwu, Chisom Emmanuel Obiajilu, Okeke Peter, Obina Sunday, Onika Amba, Chisom Anthony Ekwense, Okeye Azubike, Anuyara Oduyemena Daniel, Anurika Jinika Francis, Luke and Dumado Chinedu. Their Bangladeshi accomplice, Chadni Akhtar, reportedly concealed her identity and pretended to be a custom official. Finally, the sport news. Chelsea named Super Eagles legend Mikel Obi youngest centurion. English Premier League club Chelsea have named former Super Eagles captain Mikel Obi the club's youngest player to reach 100 league appearances for the club. The London club confirmed this on its official website on Saturday. The announcement was made during the club's celebration of Mason Mount, who made his 100th league appearance for the English club against Arsenal on Wednesday. The England star was only 23 years old and 100 days old when he achieved the milestone for the Blues, but that's still not only enough to make him the 4th youngest player to reach the landmark. Chelsea on its website confirmed that former Nigerian midfielder Mikel Obi became the club's youngest centurion when he was 22 years old, when he started for the Blues in a 2-0 win over Arsenal on February 7, 2010. That was the news. But before we go, here's a quick recap of the major headlines once again. Timothy Adegoke just turns down case as second defendant slumps in court. Oromoni, court bars journalists from Inquest coverage. NDLEA arrests drug baron behind 3 billion naira tramadol linked to Abba Kyari's team. Government abducts Delsu final year students, demand 50 million naira. NSCDC official brutalizes sisters over boyfriends, says it is a family affairs. Police bust kidnappers den, arrest 9 suspects in Ogun State. Now to the foreign news. 11 Nigerians arrested over Facebook scam in Bangladesh. Finally, the sport news. Chelsea named Super Eagles legend Mikel Obi youngest centurion. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media pages. On Facebook, Bagede Imo with Alawiye Adebayo. On Instagram, on Instagram, Bagede Imo _22. On YouTube, Bagede Imo TV. Kindly click on the red subscribe button, like, comment, and share. And for advert placements, call the number showing on your screen. Thank you for watching. Good evening once again. I'm Jibril Munirat.
Oh, na na na. If you want to know what's going on in city, or you want to listen to the latest news and gist, no stress, oh, just tune to BGI TV. BGI TV, you're one in a million.